Hey, what is up, YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. We've all heard about the tragedy of the passing of Taylor Hawkins, Foo Fighters drummer, just a few days ago now. And all of you who are regular viewers of my channel will know that I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan, huge Dave Grohl fan, and a huge Taylor Hawkins fan. Foo Fighters would be, I think they're a band that I've covered the most, doing drum covers. So I've done covers of Learn to Fly, Wheels, I think Everlong in there, My Hero, a whole bunch of Dave Grohl covers and a whole bunch of Foo Fighters covers. I was a really big fan. I was just talking to my wife the other night about, possibly looking at getting tickets for the concert when it comes here later on this year. And it's just quite hard to believe that Taylor Hawkins has left us. I'm going to get straight into this video. It is a Taylor Hawkins drum solo. I'm not sure, I might have seen this, but Taylor Hawkins drum solos are, they're always just power personified. They're just absolutely fantastic. I'm going to say some thoughts at the end about Taylor and his effect on me and my career, but just for now, let's check out the video. Got a snare off. Just a ball of energy, this guy. Here we go, picking it up. Falling into this really nice ostinato. You hear the crowd, wow, pick up. What's that, a 6-inch tom up there on the left? Accents. Now he's getting his bottom on. Big bottom fan. Absolutely killer. Snare on. See him flick it on. Him and Grohl share a lot of the same vocab. Showmanship. Looking at the crowd. That's Taylor. Crowd going off. Dave, as you can see, just a really short solo. Someone that Dave Grohl himself called the greatest drummer on the planet. And it's hard to argue in the sense of you could not get a better drummer for the Foo Fighters. Other than probably Dave Grohl himself, who, does play drums on some of the Foo Fighters tracks, recorded versions of the tracks. Watching Taylor Hawkins solo over the years reminds me what a drum solo, what drumming is actually all about. He's a crowd pleaser. He's not a Gavin Harrison. He's not a Lionel Lewis. He's a rock star. He is a legit rock star. Personality just shines through. You could see him stopping, looking at the crowd. Call and response, crowd interaction, that's Taylor all over. And just the genuine power. He's still got the chops, still got the shred. It's very similar to Dave Grohl vocab. For me, they're just absolute brothers. I can't imagine how hard this is on Dave. They even look similar to me, similar sort of build and style, the way they dress. They're just so casual. They're like the a musician friend that you've known since you were a kid. They just got that vibe about them, so personable. And with Taylor, he was a massive influence for me, massive. I've played the Foo Fighters songs at gigs for years. Everlong, we play that, every gig. My hero. And I've taught their songs. Like Wheels was a big one that a lot of students wanted to learn, and it was a good sort of gateway song to learn as a beginner drummer, not because it's easy, but because it's got a lot of interesting things in it. Like it's got the drum breaks in there. It's got like those little gaps where they have like a whole bar drum fill. Just really well crafted rock songs. And I don't want to speculate on what's going to happen with the Foo Fighters, or I imagine that will be the furthest thing from Dave Grohl's mind at the moment. It'll be incredibly tough, not to mention on Taylor Hawkins' family. He's got a lovely family. You look at these guys and they just seem to have everything on the surface. They've got that career that so many musicians would want. An internationally famous and wildly successful rock star in the biggest band on the planet. It's just very, very sad and still hard to come to grips with, hard to believe. I think the thing with Taylor Hawkins for me would be, in the end, I would, play these Foo Fighters songs at gigs. I would teach Foo Fighters songs in my studio to my students, and then you see Taylor play them, and you think, man, that is how you play that song. He's just on a different level. He is a rock star. He hits like a rock star. He hits like a stadium drummer. Very different to me just nicely playing a cover of a Foo Fighters song. I could play it note perfect in my bedroom here on my E-kit, or I could play it at my studio on the acoustic and nail it, play it note perfect. Does it sound like Taylor Hawkins? No. Do I look like Taylor Hawkins when I'm playing it? No. In the sense of, would that be suitable for a Foo Fighters gig? No, that's not the gig. The Foo Fighters gig needs a rock star. You're a rock star up in that drum kit. I'm not the guy for that. There's not many people who could fill that role. This is this thing about notes on a sheet of paper or learning a song versus actually being the drummer in the band. It's such a different thing, and some people never understand this, and it can hold them back in their career. They can end up with a lot of resentment and frustration that they never made it. I'm being really honest here because I'm really passionate about this. I'm very passionate about the Foo Fighters. I'm a big fan of Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl. And you'll see a lot of talk about, that's easy. Oh, My Hero, that's easy. Wheels, that's easy. Learn to Fly. These songs are nothing. They're easy. It's not about that. It's about the vibe. It's about how you're playing it. It's about the weight that you're putting into the notes and the emotion and the feeling of those songs. Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl bouncing off each other, cracking jokes, just as like a comedy act on the stage. And not to mention Taylor Hawkins jumping off the drums and then singing like Freddie Mercury. Come on. We've all seen the videos of Taylor Hawkins singing, playing guitar. You've got a front man on the drums, and you've got a drummer as the front man, I guess, in the Foo Fighters. In a way, it's just I hesitate to use the word talent because I really don't like that word. It gets misused a lot, but we've lost a great one. Taylor Hawkins, one of my drumming idols, one of my biggest influences on the drums, passed away at 50, far too young. Rest in peace, Taylor.